5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack Doomfire Spirit. Taunt Boss. Attack Deathcaller.
Life pain suppression.
Messed it.
Watch your step. Stack.
Barrier.
Attack Doomfire Spirit.
Yeah, this one's 2.
Taunt Boss. Attack Deathcaller.
Yeah, yeah.
Watch your step. Watch your step.
Protect us from this atrocity. Grant us your strength to banish this evil.
Attack Doomfire Spirit. Watch your step.
Icebound.
I'm really happy for you. I'll let you finish.
Stampeding roar.
Thank you.
Too much of a loss, I guess.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let the echoes of doom resound across this wretched world.
Attack Doomfire Spirit. Taunt Boss. Attack Deathcaller. Watch your step. stack.
Stampeding roar. Barrier.
Watch your step.
New Doomfires very soon.
Attack Doomfire Spirit. Taunt Boss. Attack Death Caller.
Last stand.
Watch your step. Watch your step.
Fire.
Healing tide.
New Doomfire in 3. Shadow Burst.
Attack Doomfire Spirit.
Revival.
Watch your step. Taunt Boss.
Pain suppression.
Attack Death Caller.
Icebound.
Watch your step.
Someone
When
accepted
we
the
like,
risk.
when we like 10% away from not getting the third Doomfire.
You like his ability cooldowns like get delayed when we push into different phases as well, which is what buys us time. Problem is if we like lose even one person to fire or something like that, then it's too much. What was it, 70%? Yeah, that was yeah, but it about a 10-second gap. Whereas when we were doing it yesterday, we were getting the shadow adds seconds. It adds some seconds to the Doomfire cast. So we pushed him into 85%, and then a pillar spawns, and then Shadowfell Burst happened. So, and then the Doomfire Spirit got cast like basically as we were falling down from that, and also nobody has the buff, so a lot of people are taking damage.
Well, we get the Shadowfell bust before we push him beyond or below 85%. And after that initial Shadowfell burst, we get the pillars. And there is nothing that prevents the ranged from stacking up immediately. Everyone together at the pillar is there.
selling that.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let the echoes of doom resound across this wretched world.
Attack Doomfire Spirit. Taunt Boss. Attack Death Caller. Watch your step.
Destruction has already succumbed.
Watch your step.
The land itself seethes with the mark of the
Attack Doomfire Spirit. Taunt Boss. Attack Death Caller. Watch your step.
Life cocoon.
I got 50 stacks, I can't pick this one.
Watch your step.
After you get the buffs spread out.
Doom. The fire melee.
destruction.
I'll pick it up.
Attack Doomfire Spirit.
Rallying cry.
Watch your step.
The pitiful light you call upon is powerless against me.
Taunt Boss. Attack Death Caller.
Given to darkness, the Legion will fall.
Watch your step.
I'm really happy for you.
Are we sure having only 2 Doomfire spirits is a valid way to go?
I'm not sure it's possible.
I mean, having a 3rd Doomfire is manageable. Like most kills I've seen have 3 Doomfires and they're able to manage with it.
To be quite honest, I think if we get serious about that, we should assign people to DPS these spirits, because certain classes are much better. Hunters, basically.
Yeah. Yep, I'll do that.
So everyone got mage elves.
Five, four, three, two, one. Attack Doomfire Spirit. Taunt Boss. Attack Death Caller. Watch your step.
Destruction!
Don't take right. I'm soaking right myself.
Watch your step.
New fire.
Attack Doomfire Spirit. Taunt Boss. Attack Death Caller.
Live cocoon.
Watch your step. Watch your step.
Fire.
Last stand.
Destruction!
Attack Doomfire
Mirror
Spirit.
in hands.
Watch your step. Taunt Boss.
Eyes bound.
Attack Death Caller.
No! I will never give in to darkness. The Legion will fall!
Watch your step.
I'm really happy for you. I'll let you finish.
Should we use second pot on that then? That extra damage might help.
Nope.
Hand of Protection.
Attack.
Let's go or just wait.
Don't pop ring anyway, just wipe it. If we're going to find it hard to get 3%, we're not going to find it any easier by doing that either.
Taunt boss. Attack Death Caller. Watch your step.
Oh yeah, already has the res pending. If you can't see the res thing, QB, you're gonna have to release.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let the echoes of doom resound across this wretched world.
Attack Doomfire Spirit. Taunt boss. Attack Death Caller.
Shadowfell Burst and 7 be separated. Start pushing.
Destruction.
Barrier.
Watch your step.
Mountain get buff.
Attack Doomfire Spirit.
Switch to Doomfire, kill him.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Taunt boss. Attack Death Caller.
Taunt Archer.
I got it.
Switch to Archer, kill
I
him.
got the Death Claw on there.
Watch your step.
Get these fires.
I
Flames
kinda got
very
the
soon.
Death Caller.
Watch your step.
Get your new buff and then spread out.
Stampeding Roar.
Destruction.
Vigilance.
Attack Doomfire Spirit.
Doomfire, damn it. We were slower that time.
Watch your step.
We want to wipe it and just go with hero after the first Shadowfell burst then.
Taunt boss. Attack Death Caller.
Rallying cry.
Watch your step.
Can I get a single, please?
To be honest, this is mainly a stopgap solution. We'll probably find it easier with Catherine and some other high DPS. Mightn't even need that heroism type thing. I would rather that we started with phase 2 though and started learning that now rather than the next night that we come here. So, Mar Mage or Taicho, one of you, whichever, pop heroism as soon as the Shadowfell burst lands, I guess. Or we can be miles higher if we start with heroism at the very start and stuff like that, but really, we're not looking to push it with just one Doomfire, and I don't know if we'd even be able to anyway. Let's prove you wrong then, Diva.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack Doomfire Spirit.
Switch kill. Back tag command.
Taunt boss. Attack Death Caller.
We're gonna have to hold off for a second on Archi, it seems. Maybe not actually.
Watch your step.
Find the gap. Heroism as soon as you land, all 3 minute and whatever cooldowns.
Watch your step.
Heroism.
Push fast, get buff from mountain, change to spirit.
Attack Doomfire Spirit. Taunt boss. Attack Death Caller.
Ignore that caller, keep pushing on our command.
Watch your step.
Get your new buff and then spread out.
Doomfire and 8, we're not going to push it. We're even worse than last time it seems.
Right soaking self, don't take the right one.
Barrier.
Attack Doomfire Spirit.
Does anyone think that
Watch your step.
they personally did worse than the last attempt? Because realistically we were 40% or 30%, whatever heroism is. We should have been miles better getting there. Well, Mara Mage thinks he was worse, so I guess that's one. I think that we can do a lot better though. We forget about the second deck order.
3, 2, 1.
You're not getting the buff in melee, is it, Fear?
They're all gone by the time it runs out. Like, we have to run to a different mountain to get it, and, you know, one melee runs towards it, only that melee gets it, kind of thing, because the rest is out of range.
Right, so I suppose just to be very clear on that part, your job isn't to run in and burst a bubble. Your job is to stand right beside a bubble and wait until, like in the melee's case, old melee are there and you pop it, or the tank has come in to pop it or whatever. We don't need to burst all 6 or 8 of them that are around the mountain. You only need one to be able, we could cover all 20 people with one. There is a 10-yard AoE around that bubble being popped that anyone inside that AoE will get the buff. It's probably even bigger than 10 yards. Just be close to it. Don't pop it until you're sure there's no one else, and yeah, realistically it should be a tank picking it up for the melee one. If for some reason, say the mountain spawns between us and Archimond, we'll pick it up on our side, of course, but there's no reason why we can't all as 20 pick it up if, for instance, the mountain spawns where I put the star. All 20 people should be able to pick up the buff from the one circle there, for example, but you know, there's no reason anyone would lose it either. If you've not got it, you were just slow to go there. Desecration still did insane amounts of damage to us there. Amara Mage, the 33% more than anyone else. Might have just been up longer than anyone else as well, but as examples, Animalich took 160k, I took 824k, and Amara Mage 2 million. So we just have to get a lot better at picking up that buff. If you get fixate, yeah, obviously you're going to have to run out with it or whatever. But your aim then is to come back in and pick up one of the remaining 7 circles, because we shouldn't all be popping them like we were throwing back candy or something like that. I definitely had 2 rot radars. One from, as far as I understand, one is from RT Note and the other one is from my weak auras, but it could be DBM equally. I don't think it is though. Go into
DBM mode.
Yeah. Go into ERT, go down to boss mods, make sure that you have Archimond radar turned on. You can turn on the Infernals if you want, but as far as I know, that's just their hit points. So again, if you've not
seen arrows all over the screen.
Yeah, I saw. I get that thing as well when you walk through someone else's circle or through someone else's line, which I'm not sure which of the two. I doubt that it's weak or is doing that though, so it must be RT.
Can I link the weak core please, because the RT just is all over the screen, it's annoying.
ERT one's just a small window. If you got something all over your screens, DBM.
Oh yeah, no, I see the DBM one as well. Actually, now that you mention it, yeah, that's all on your screen. The ERT is a square box and the weak auras one is a circle. I'm still not finding that one though. Oh, good. Yeah, here was I looking for rot, but yeah. So anyway, that's the start of phase 2. Obviously, we're going to have to deal with that line system 4 or 5 times in rapid succession. Just don't run around like a headless chicken. It's not your job to go and bring a line to the opposite side of the room like we were doing on phase 2 in Heroic. Your job is to make sure that you are not being hit by another line. If you are currently being hit by another line, you walk up or down your own line and don't go side to side. So I have a line to Archimond at the moment. I'm going to head towards him if I need to move so that I'm free. That basically means every single person's lines stay in the same direction on your radar and whatever, and if someone moves slightly forward to avoid your line, they're not walking into a line that's suddenly moving onto theirs or whatever. just do it quickly. Also, the further out that we're spread for that, the easier it is. If we're all huddled into, I don't know, the area that we would have been for Shadowfell Burst maybe, or whatever, it becomes a harder task to find a gap between two lines or whatever. The further away we are from each other in the first place, the bigger the gaps are, basically. We'll also have chains shortly after that. I know everyone should know these things and whatever, but it's no harm to say them. They're now a 25 yard AoE bomb from where you were when you were targeted for the chain. What you do is straight away, Shackled Hermit or whatever it's called, you go to the outside of the circle. I'm not sure if that's probably the weak order that's doing it though, because I can see it on that. You move to the outside of the circle, wait until you're told to pop it. We'll do a 5, 4 or 3, 2, 1 pop. Pop it at the end. Then it doesn't do any damage to anyone unless they're caught inside it. The only reason why we're saying a timer at all is so that people have plenty of time to get out of it. Just don't pop it straight away, basically.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack Doomfire Spirit. Taunt Boss. Attack Deathcaller.
Start sorting yourselves out for Shadowfell Burst in 7. Start pushing the boss a bit.
Don't still right.
Terrorism.
Watch your step.
Time War.
Range getting one on your own, and melee get your own one. Wait on when people are ready.
Spirit.
And pop. Kill Doomfire.
Attack Deathcaller.
Doomfire's up longer than I thought.
Life Cocoon.
Ignore Deathcaller, start killing boss.
Watch your step. Watch your step.
Make your way to the next boss.
Spread fast.
Stack.
Barrier. Spirit Link.
Attack Doomfire Spirit.
2% still. I'm gonna adjust that we're just gonna have 3. We won't be doing heroism. It's seeming futile to get to at this stage.
Wrought chaos on you.
Take a look at your boss mods, figure out why is there someone moving? Why are people moving their lines? This is not what you're doing, you're moving up and down.
Revival.
3, 2, 1.
Allure. 3 Shackled Torments, move out of the circles. Move to the outside. 3, 2, 1, pop.
Attack Deathcaller.
People were caught inside it, why were you caught inside it?
Watch your step.
That's a wipe now anyway. Obviously I don't know there's only one person alive, but in fairness that was certainly an improvement. I think we just have to stop focusing on 2 Doomfires. It's going to be impossible at the moment for us. Yeah, people's lines were moving all over the place, especially the first time there. I know that people just have to get used to them, whatever, but you can't move left and right, or you can't move your line left and right. If you do that, you're just going to push your line on top of people that were already clear and were already safe. If you just move up along your line or back along your line, whatever it is, you're keeping your line in the exact same place that it was in. People that are now safe won't be unsafe in 3 seconds time when you decide that you're going to move your line on top of them. So just keep it in mind.
Basically, if you have to move, rotate your character in such a way that the arrow is right in front of you, and only press W or S or whatever buttons you've got assigned to. Do not touch A, D, Q or E or whatever.
Yeah, with shackles as well, I did notice that the two that were close to me were kind of overlapping by quite a lot. Basically what both of you are doing in that case is moving directly away from each other to the opposite, so that you're only on the outside of your own shackle, that you're not on inside there still at the same time. Right, Red, you're probably going to have to go and get weak auras, as much as you dislike it.
Weak auras for the shackles.
Yeah, Red, he is not getting it up through ERT, basically.
Deadly boss mods do the same though.
DBM just shows it on your UI, I thought.
Yeah, same Jade.
Oh yeah, with either Bigwigs or DBM you still have to go and download that extra add-on, that VM type thing. It won't show you the big circles on your UI without that, unless it's after being fully incorporated into Bigwigs, and you don't need the separate add-on, but you used to, and you definitely do with DBM still.
DBM, and I saw some big circles, red and green circles. I don't think I've downloaded anything specific for that.
Are you talking about like the huge circles that covers your entire screen? You can get, at least I know from Deadly Boss Mod, you can get 2 sets of circles to display the shackles. You can get the radar circles that shows you when you're either in or out, but you can also get giant display on the UI that basically turns screen when you're... Yeah, exactly what Hokeen is saying.
Alright. I thought that was what the voice part was, but obviously then they've done it through just straight into DBM now then. I know in DBM though it's automatically turned off though. At least it was for me, and I had to turn it on. So you might want to go and make sure that it's turned on.
So if we're doing 3 Doomfires, where do you want a third fire to be dropped, and who's going to be in charge of it?
We'll make it a square type pattern anyway, that basically we'll have a middle section to work with the whole time, and the healers can be central. They should be able to reach both sides then.
Yeah, I was thinking something to move the blue a little bit closer, maybe towards the gate.
Stay where you are, Master. So this is 30 yards away. That should mean the healers have a fairly flexible type thing, and I'll do the same for the skull as well.
So do you want me to drop the last one on purple?
I've only marked up 4 on the off chance. We shouldn't really even need 4, but I'm just going to assign 2 more hunters. So again, as I said, Alba will pick up the second one. You've not had any problem? Have you? Alright, you won't be able to pick up the third though, will you?
Again, what I'm doing is I'm the messenger. Just pick up and then I drop it, and afterwards someone will have to be in charge of it.
Cool.
Cool. So I can do the second and the third one. I can do the first one as well, but QB is already in charge of so there's no use. So I just need to know where you want me to drop the second and the third fire.
Yeah, just have to finish note. So skull is QB, blue square is Jaggern, then green triangle is Trello, and purple diamond is red. Basically you'll go in that order as well, so you'll just go from skull to dropping it on blue, to dropping it on green, to dropping it on purple. The person that's assigned to that mark, you don't need to bring it there. QB is already doing it alright for his mark, but Al will pick it up from Archimond, from where the Doomfire Spirit has spawned basically, and bring it over to your mark on time for Allure not to be cast and blow up, and he'll then leave it. He won't be doing that area, he'll just bring it to the next person's mark the next time that he has to bring some. So yeah, might be useful if you say how many stacks you've brought over as well though. Alba, maybe we'll have to take up a few of them between someone else if you had brought 15 for example.
Okay, but I hope people remember now that we're not, we don't have to push the boss that hard, so just focus more on the Doomfire so we get less stacks.
Yeah, exactly. I'll personally still hold off my cooldowns for the second Doomfire. There's no real reason why I'd pump a load of DPS into the first one when it's gonna die before the 10 stacks are up anyway.
We almost pushed it so heroism. How do I still don't get how we managed to fail it twice with heroism?
It doesn't make sense. We only dropped 2.5% of his hit points with hero as opposed to not having hero, and to be honest, I don't think that's possible. I think people were just screwing up, but there's no point in trying to continue for a 2 strategy if we can't do it reliably, at least. So we'll just go with 3 for now.
We need the healing stuff sorted. The note is not up to date, and the ring is not implemented at all, which it should be.
Well, if you want to do it, I don't mind. But yeah, Big isn't even with us anymore.
Well, if other healers don't mind, then I'll be happy to do it.
I'm sure no one minds, unless they want to do it themselves, but it's unlikely. Well, I say that, I don't know.
I'll just write it in the healing channel and that's easier.
No, you'll get a promotion, you'll be able to do it on the note if you want. Yeah, I've promoted you anyway, but I can do the note if you want. It doesn't matter, whichever way you want.
Just doing it in the notes.
Cool. For everyone else, just bear in mind that this fight isn't your DPS meters. It's not the damage done. It's only damage done to specific targets. So while there is a Doomfire Spirit up, that is the only damage that matters. Not your damage to your Doom Tarkamond at the same time, or to that Dead Caller that's up at the same time. Only the Doomfire Spirit matters, and that's going to be true for every phase. You have the Doomfire Spirit in phase 1. On phase 2 you have the Dead Callers being main priority. On phase 3 you have the Void Stars being main priority, and it's on the note for every single phase. Yeah, I think maybe we can ignore the first Dead Caller from single target DPS maybe. If it's alive for another 10 seconds, I don't think most is going to die. So it'll just be mainly cleaves, maybe.
I'll be fine. I'll just change some cooldowns.
Yeah, just remember in phase 2 though, it is our main priority. The Overfiend is a secondary target and Archie is a third target. We won't have mountains up at that point, so we won't have buffs for tanks.
Can you see the
We're
note?
gonna have
If you hit update, it should change. Unless you've done a personal note,
Where do I
have you?
do that? I'll write it in the healing channel.
Alright. Send, sorry, at the top.
Okay, we're gonna have 2 melee on interrupt watch on the
You still have QB as well if you need. Oh, for cooldowns, I'm saying, basically. It'd probably be more useful on top of the tanks and melee, I suppose, or something like that. Probably. That last attempt we had 27 stacks of the buff. Debuff you.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack Doomfire Spirit. Taunt Boss.
Remember, we're not popping
Attack
hero.
Death Caller.
I do are. Shadowfell Burst in 9.
Watch your step. Watch your step.
too quick.
I just ran around when I was about to say wipe. Yeah, sorry, I've parsed about 10 people.
Attack Doomfire Spirit.
We'll keep going anyway, because we have no issue with a third Doomfire, so...
Taunt Boss.
Oh, well, I just picked up fire. Oh, what?
Watch your
Doomfire
step.
should have died earlier.
Pain suppression.
I do are happening in 2.
Watch your step.
Pick up debuff, and we have Shadowfell Burst in 7, so be quick about it.
Have flame on you, no skill or am I?
Rallying cry.
Attack Doomfire Spirit.
Doomfire's at the back, kill her quick.
Destruction!
Last stand.
I was safe, so obviously people ran on top of me that time.
Taunt Boss. Attack Death Caller. Watch your step.
We could safely wipe it anyway.
Watch your step.
Yeah, I probably should have said it at the same time, but... It is, like, to be honest, the most that died, the boss had turned because of that. The most was just happening. Res, the Doomfire Spirit spawned the opposite direction. People did move closer to to be able to target the Doomfire Spirit, but yeah. We don't really need to move Archimon too much from where he is. I'd imagine each mountain we only have to move slightly so that there's a bit of room. You wouldn't think that you have to move the whole way up to where we were though. The mountains should only spawn within the range of someone that's within 10 yards of the boss anyway. It's unlikely to be too far away from where he currently is. If there's firing under the boss, someone picked up fire and didn't bring it to the point that they're supposed to. So if you've been silly or unlucky or whatever it is and you've picked up a Doomfire stack for whatever reason, you're bringing it to Skull the first time, to Blue the second time, to Green the third time, and if we've been absolutely terrible, to Purple the fourth time. You never drop it where the boss is. You're going to be away from the boss for at least the last 5 seconds of your debuff, because that's a minimum it's going to take you to get to the area you have to drop it by. Oh, I didn't say no. At that point, I didn't say. Oh, I did say what?
5,
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attack Doomfire Spirit. Taunt Boss. Attack Death Caller.
Life Cocoon.
Watch
Hello,
your
what
step.
happened shortly?
Watch your step.
Shadowfell Burst.
Too fast again. Are people focusing that first?
I think people are probably blowing cooldowns still early.
Attack Doomfire Spirit.
Get the Doomfire.
Can you not pick the orbs right behind the tank?
Taunt Boss. Attack Death Caller.
If you've picked up a
Watch your
stack for
step.
some reason, you drop that blue.
Spread out to get your new light.
Pain Suppression.
Watch your step.
Doomfire in 4.
Attack Doomfire Spirit.
I'm dead.
Doomfire Spirit.
Watch your step. Stack. Taunt Boss. Attack Death Caller.
Yeah, you can safely wipe it.
Watch your step. Watch your step.
Do you need to remind people not to push the boss until the 85% again?
Yeah, I think so. I suppose the ideal situation here is that we don't end up with stop DPS for 10 seconds. That's not what we want. So we do need a few more people to hold after cooldowns for afterwards. I can certainly assign that. It probably is a better solution than just saying it willy-nilly. But if... Who did use their cooldowns on the pull, for example? It's not a problem that you did. Just say, and then I can.
I use my 1 minute pillar.
1 minute should be fine because you should have a backup in time for the. Well, definitely in time for the Shadowfell burst anyway.
Yeah.
Amari,
Using 30 seconds to trials as well.
Amari, you should be fine to continue using yours. It's a 1.5 minute cooldown, so you're probably best using it straight away. Anyone else? Fury is fine. Mainly, that's mostly how we got rid of the first Doomfire anyway. Was there anyone else that used their cooldowns as such? Right. Well, I suppose even though we take it then that we don't have anyone using any 3 or 5 minute cooldowns on the pull, then we're just going to have to stop on DPS basically.
Was everyone focusing the death caller?
Do you think it was up too long?
I don't know, it just seemed like he seemed to phase almost like immediately after the death caller died. And obviously we don't want to push him, so everyone might as well be focusing the death caller rather than that command.
Yeah, so that first death caller, there's no reason why we can't focus him down if we're gonna have to hold off on DPS and Archimond. Again, just make sure you don't push from 87 to 85 until Shadowfell Burst has just been cast. I would say for the second, yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack Doomfire Spirit. Taunt Boss. Attack Death Caller.
Allure shortly, Shadowfell Burst in 10, start splitting.
Watch your step. Stack.
Barrier.
Blow your 3 minute cooldowns. We're going to push from here. Take a buff, those in range are already close. Switch to Doomfire.
Taunt Boss. Attack Death Caller.
Where are all the orbs?
Range got them.
Life cocoon.
Another one? What?
Watch your step. Watch your step.
Spread out after the buff.
Destruction.
I'm miles back, but yeah, chase is still already there.
This is like horrible.
Doomfire kill it now.
Watch your step.
Last stand.
Taunt Boss. Attack Death Caller.
Pain suppression.
Watch your step.
We didn't have anything picked up.
Oh.
Watch your step.
If we're not moving the boss, then we shouldn't stack any of these fires of blue because there's no way to spread out with Shadowfell Burst without moving the other side. Because we got 2 giant pillars blocking this area.
Well, most of the pillars should still be spawning close to where Archimond is anyway, unless for some reason we always had someone 10 yards away and we moved the boss up further. Like, even though I'm 15 yards away, if a mountain spawned here, that was because the boss was up closer.
So, but don't forget that the fire is also moving all the time, so it gets closer and closer and kind of locks us in.
Any of the healers that don't run after any of the buffed people, debuffed people. I suppose Taicho probably. So the ranged group, it's ranged and healers. After the Shadowfell burst, you're aiming to be on top of Taicho, and he'll end up popping it as the person for us. And the melee, you're on top of the tank, which is the most. I don't know what colour you want, but there's a blue square. There is no reason why we'd end up destroying 4 on the range side, as far as I can remember on that first lot. It was absolutely pointless. We could have came back in 15 seconds time, took another buff, and again 3 times after that. But we didn't, because we decided that different people were going to pop different ones. So aim to be on top of Taicho if you're ranged, that's the star mark, and aim to be on top of Hamosta if you're melee. Screw your parry. You only have to be there for like 3 seconds.
There's no way ranged got all of those orbs, by the way. They like spawn all the way around the pillar. You can't blame range for all of them being popped.
I'd say we got 4 on our side. I'm pretty sure that at least 3 of them were popped on our side.
Oh, the one that were in melee, there was no orbs left, so I don't know.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack Doomfire Spirit.
Switch.
Taunt Boss. Attack Death Caller.
Slow down on the boss. We've start spreading now though.
Stack.
Don't take right, don't take back right. Or right.
Watch your step.
Switch to go on top of Taicho.
Attack Doomfire Spirit.
Doomfire.
Come to blue.
Taunt Boss.
Or not. Someone.
Attack Death Caller.
Life cocoon.
Watch your step.
Eye down.
Need a new buff
Watch
soon,
your step.
so pick up the one to our left ranged. Quickly, we have Shadowfell Burst and 4 split.
Stack.
Stampeding roar.
Doomfire incoming.
Attack Doomfire Spirit.
Switch, kill.
Watch your step. Taunt Boss. Attack Death
You
Caller.
buff.
Last stand. Pain suppression.
Push him, allure soon.
Watch your step.
Ouch.
Did we still have ones
Watch
up
your
at that
step.
time, was it?
Yeah, I'm still alive.
Phase 2.
This is the one advantage of being a warlock. See if we can solo this. Got two minutes with the master. We only have one rock chaos to deal with.
It's like heroic now.
Let's see what I kill them.
No!
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of that before. It makes it a lot easier just to use the light orb that's already next to us from the first pillar rather than have to move to the next pillar.
So what I'm seeing right now with the fire is very messy in the regards that like fire overlaps. Oh.
Attack Doomfire Spirit.
Anyway, it's break timer, so just head off.
Taunt boss. Taunt boss.
Run away, little girl.
Leave
Attack
yourselves
Death
die.
Pillar.
Whatever. Doesn't really matter. Go for your buy.
Watch your step.
That's grand. I suppose the only way of you remembering in the future, we'll have to stick you on Archimond for, or not on Archimond, on Gorfin for a while, and you'll remember to move away from the bosses in the series. It's that we end up spawning the pillars where we shouldn't be. It'll only spawn on top of someone that's within 10 yards of the boss.
Yeah, and like I already, I'm placing the fires here basically, even though it's not in the, on the markers, closer to the seashore. To be honest, there's no reason not to, because afterwards they'll start moving closer and closer, so the person who has to soak it next time will probably be around the marker by the time he gets to it.
The marks will be moved back about 5 to 10 yards further. Again, there's no reason why we'd have a pillar on top of any of the marks. That should never be the case. All arranged and stuff, starting the center. Surely it's easier.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack Doomfire Spirit.
Moving right, if you Doomfire's skull is currently that side.
Taunt Boss. Attack Death Caller.
Allure in 7. Shadowfell burst in 9. Split.
Watch your
Those
step.
that can't immune move forward, those that can, you're probably alright at the back. That's 3 immunes, they're okay.
Watch your step.
Be ready to pick up on Star
Attack
Mark.
Doomfire Spirit.
Switch to Doomfire.
Taunt Boss. Attack Death Caller.
Desecrate happening.
Watch your
Sorry,
step.
Allure in 2.
Watch your step.
I'm gonna have to move a little bit.
Move
so I'll
out,
drop down.
Shadowfell burst in 7.
Get buffered.
Stack.
Bedford
Attack
Mountain got new buff
Doomfire
if you
Spirit.
haven't.
Little girl, run away.
Watch your step.
The pitiful light you call upon is powerless against me.
Taunt Boss.
Bring it over to the green triangle if
Attack
you've
Death
picked up
Caller.
some by accident.
I will never give in to darkness. The Legion will.
Life Cocoon.
Watch your step.
Revival. Healing Tide.
We just didn't have it all up at that point, did
Watch
we?
your step.
That's a whip.
Lightbound.
How did we end up with a mountain over here if it can only spawn within 10 yards, as someone said?
I grow tired of this point. You, the immortal legion,
10 yards within range of a
If
person.
there's no room for it to spawn though, Gale, it
Oh,
spawns
maybe,
further
yeah.
out.
3, 2, 1.
So maybe we could start where the star is, maybe, and then drop a mountain there, and just work our way around.
Taunt boss.
I think this approach with Shadowfell Burst, that if you're able to immune it, you stay further back, seems to work. I could tell straight away that it was 3 immune people, for example. Don't need them anymore, so don't stock them. Should be possibly some in the guild bank though, I'll have a look. It's the whole of 8 in the guild bank. It's in the first tab anyway, you'll see them there. So remember, those that are at the back are able to immune, and if your person is able to immune, you're not going to be able to immune the next Shadowfell Burst. Make sure that you're forward. That's probably just going to take a bit of muscle memory though. Start in the middle.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let the echoes of doom resound across this wretched world.
Attack Doomfire Spirit. Taunt boss. Attack Death Caller.
Live cocoon.
Just fire on melee there.
Split up 10 seconds.
Watch
Yep.
your step.
Sacrifice.
Stack.
Barrier.
Watch your step.
Be ready to pick up buff.
Attack Doomfire Spirit.
Attack Doomfire, kill it.
Taunt boss. Attack Death Caller.
Can keep on our commands, just cleave onto the deck corner.
Watch your step.
Lure.
Earthbound.
Watch your step.
We're gonna have to move
Boston
further
now.
up.
Yeah.
You buff.
I think the raid needs to move a bit.
Stack.
Need no buff for
Attack
art though.
Doomfire Spirit.
Doomfire, kill it.
Watch your step. Taunt boss.
Far up.
Head up to, yeah, just head up there so we can pick
Attack
up the
Death
bus.
Caller.
Never give in to darkness.
Revival. Live cocoon.
Watch your step. Watch your step. Phase 2.
Not a good work any to just move up. It's work better to actually just stand there. and a melee one.
If we're going to rotate, I suppose it's probably best to start off on the opposite side to start. That way then the first Doomfire is kind of brought up towards the skull anyway. It shouldn't be a major issue. And then maybe go to star for tanking as such. You should be far enough away that the mountain will still spawn on star. Just people need to get a bit better at picking up buffs and not picking them up if they already have it. Make sure you know whether you have lighted in Naru and how long is left on it. If you've less than 15 seconds, you probably want to start getting close to a lighted Naru buff, unless Shadowfell Burst is going to happen. If Shadowfell Burst is going to happen in the next 10 seconds, you'd probably want to be picking it up now. And if it's not going to happen anytime soon, stand beside the orb waiting on other people come in, and when it's just about to drop, pop it, basically. Those that are on Doomfire stacks, I presume you all have a lure timer. Pretty much from when it gets to 10 you'd want to be picking it up. I've not been calling it out most of the time, as I'm assuming most of you will have it. It's really only affecting 4 people as well, so... Start in the middle, the boss will be going towards the red X if anything.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attack Doomfire Spirit.
Kill Doomfire quick.
Taunt Boss.
Hello in 11.
Cooler. Watch your
Live
step.
cocoon.
Shadowfell Burst in 4, spread now.
Push.
Stack. Watch your step.
Move up to the mountain, ready to pick up. Doomfire in 2.
Attack Doomfire Spirit. Taunt Boss.
Move away if you've already got the buff. Don't stand in
Attack
Doomfire.
Step Cooler.
We have Shadowfell Burst, 22 seconds. This Doomfire is going to blue if you've picked some up.
Watch your step.
Eyes bound.
Watch your step.
Ready to pick up buff.
Last stand.
Shadowfell Burst.
Stack.
Did I get a load of people? No.
Attack Doomfire Spirit.
Kill Doomfire quick.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Watch your
Gonna
step.
drag it over the other fire.
What do you want it?
Taunt Boss.
Pain suppression.
Should be good, we're transitioning
Attack
soon,
Step
aren't we?
Cooler.
Oh, not anytime soon, actually. Oh, you're dead.
Survival.
Yeah, Doomfire was stunning for too long.
Healing time.
Watch your
Survival.
step.
You can wipe
Watch
it.
your step.
Or,
Life
no, we'll
cocoon.
keep going. The most have decided to actually accept.
Attack Doomfire Spirit.
Survival instinct.
Doomfire, we shouldn't have had a fourth
Phase
one.
2.
Should have already transitioned.
Root Chaos.
Can safely wipe
Run.
it, just stand inside other people's lines.
Get killed. What's down there?
3, 2, 1.
Eyes bound.
You don't suffer durability from that either. That's nice.
Taunt boss. Attack Death Caller.
People have to get in the habit of proper placement, so we just need to get very good about moving directly beside the mountain after the Shadowfell burst, and before the next Shadowfell burst we've already had a buff just in time for us to start moving out, basically. Desecration still did 23 million damage. 23 million damage. Just sink down to your heads for a sec. That's everybody's hit points twice over, 3 times over. That's not something we can sustain. This is just silly at this point that we're not picking up that buff on time. It's not just the person that's highest on that or whatever, it's everybody. It's your responsibility to make sure that we have picked up a buff, that we have done it on time and whatever. You know, there's absolutely no reason why red would be 391k and there'd be people there on 2.8 million damage taken. That's just insane. That's really pretty bad. So yes, we have to get a lot better at that. We have to get a lot better at killing him before we end up with a 4th Doomfire. Hermosta needs to be picking up the buff if that's where he died from. I'm not 100% sure why he died there. I don't think he was up long enough to have killed him, really.
Oh, it's the Death Caller thing. The actual cast.
Oh, cast wasn't interrupted, you mean, is it?
No. It's
No, I got
the,
it. Another Death Caller.
when he spawns the Death Caller. Supposed to be that, yeah, but Alba's is doing something else apparently, so can.
Well, he can not do it as well. We can certainly change that. If that's what is going to kill you on times, then it's not viable.
The main problem is that at some point there's literally no orbs left, and then I also have a whole shit ton of stacks there, so I eventually will die from the Death Brand.
So do you want to maybe swap with Alba for one of the picking up a Doomfires? Or would that even be viable? Does the debuff last through 2 of the Death Callers, basically?
If we swap, it gets cleared. But yeah, if we can manage to get before the 4th Doomfire, it should be fine. Then we can do the swaps afterwards. I still have some cooldowns left, so.
Well, you could swap after each Doomfire, like, as in Alba could bring the first one over the skull, you could bring the second one to the blue, Alba can bring the third to the green, that kind of thing.
Why did you remove QB?
No, bring it. Oh, sorry, yeah, well, Skull, even QB is still doing that on his own, whatever. But you can still swap the second and third one or whatever. You don't have to continue with the same person always doing it. If that's what's going to get.
The first Doom Lord is, I'm tanking him, so I'm getting the stacks. It's just the second and the third. If you're most at once, we can just swap, doesn't matter.
Let's give it another try. I'll just swap some trinkets out.
5 stacks, 10 I was thinking, but you're still going to need healing at that. Five should only be barely making a dent on your hit points, I'd imagine. It's double up.
No.
5, 4,
It's the
3,
Death Brand,
2,
actually.
1.
No, I'm talking to Red Dog, but Doomfire.
Oh,
Attack Doomfire Spirit.
Doomfire switch.
Taunt Boss. Attack Death Caller.
Allure.
Watch your step.
Followed by Shadowfell Burst Split.
Push the button.
Stack.
Mountain,
Watch
then
your
we have
step.
a fire on the ground again. Stack on top of your mark.
Attack Doomfire Spirit.
Kill Doomfire. Don't worry about more buffs, we all have one.
Boss. Attack Death Caller.
Life cocoon.
Next Shadowfell Burst is an 18, so in 3 seconds
your
time we're taking the buff on the left. 3, 2, 1, now.
Watch your step.
Move out for Shadowfell Burst.
buffing up.
Stack. Attack Doomfire Spirit.
Kill Doomfire.
Watch your step.
Run away, little girl.
Taunt Boss.
Need to pick up a new buff from the mountain.
Attack Death Caller.
You got 15 stacks and there's 1 left back
Where is it?
behind the pillar.
Watch your step. Phase 2.
Right, we're in phase 2, good. Rock Chaos soon, move apart so that you're
Wrought
decent
Chaos on
distance.
you. Run.
Revival.
Three, two, one.
Good. Move out of the circles now. And those on 3, 2, 1, pop.
Taunt Boss. Attack Death Caller.
Target deck caller, kill it ASAP. We have no choice. The tanks don't have a buff. We have a
Watch your
lure.
step.
Yeah. Red was down as well. I guess that was some of the buff.
Three,
To be fair, that's progress. That's good progress even.
3, 2, 1.
So,
The soaker still needs to remember that they need to pick up the fires.
yeah, the whole of phase 2, it's not until we transition into the last phase that we won't have any of that. Well, it's a timer actually, so some of the first might drop before we get to the end, I don't know. But there won't be much of it anyway, it'll still pretty much be there for all of phase 1 and 2. Do you need res, Alba? Come back for you.
No, I'm on my way.
Oh, just showing you're still dead. Go. So right then I think we again had 28 stacks in total. that's really 3 people should be able to carry just under 10 each, so we shouldn't be having a major issue there anyway. Even later on we had 30, 35, 33 actually. That seems to be the highest that we had at any point anyway. I'm not sure if there was still fire on the ground though. Just going on the debuffs and everything.
Can I just ask, I'm aware of the fact that QB takes the first fire, Alba takes an additional fire after that on the second Doomfire and onwards. But which of the hunters then soak? Because sometimes it's and sometimes it's the other, sometimes it's the third, and it gets quite frustrating.
So all 4 basically. QB will be taking the one that's on Skull. He'll always have the 8 or 10 stacks that he seems to have anyway. I don't know how he only gets 8, but Jaggern will be taking the ones that are on blue after Alba has dropped them there. Trello will be taking the ones on green after Alba has dropped them there. And red, I suppose, will just pick up any that were in excess of 10 for the other people. So we should just end up with 10 stacks at most on anyone. Yeah, red took 15 stacks the last time and died just as he got the 15th stack, basically.
So it's Yeon, Trello and Redbeard that are the potential soakers, yeah?
Yeah, and it should be, it won't be for the first time on each of the Doomfires, it'll just be Alba, but after the 3rd Doomfire we shouldn't be having another Doomfire, so Alba will be finished at that point anyway. But all 4 marks should be within range of you roughly here, easily enough I'd imagine, where this big Moonkin on top of the mount is.
Would it maybe then be an idea to simply assign a healer to each of those 3 hunters? I don't mind focusing the first hunter doing it, but when it's always a different one taking it to I just can't, spread my legs enough to reach the entire freaking map. I'm not that much of a slut, really.
At 10 stacks are they losing hit points rapidly? Like Red got 15 and he just died, of course, but I mean at 10 stacks are they actually dying that quick?
Yes, they will be. They can't maintain themselves with 10 stacks, because even if they can deterrent some of the damage, they can't mitigate everything.
But just
you'll be hearing a lot worse. Trust me, Himaster. I'll be on Yan then, and if maybe Tycho and Jade, you can pick a hunter, and just in case they'll be needing it.
Just remember the tanks, I suppose, as well. Yeah, it should only be for a few seconds anyway. It's 15 seconds that they'll have the debuff for. Hopefully it's not that much healing needed for each of them during that time. So Taicha's on red anyway, so that's Trello left.
What are the yellow marks on the cross for? Okay.
I was hoping that you drop your mountains close enough to there the first time, that you drop it one of the 2 sides, preferably X. The second time then that you'd probably move over to the other side to drop a mountain over towards Star. That should mean that we have 2 up at the back. They should both be far enough away that it'll allow you to spawn the mountains there. I don't smoke.
I'll drop it on the Star first then. Seem to always be on the left side.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack Doomfire Spirit. Attack Death Caller.
Blue and 5, it's already picked up, been run over.
Taunt Boss.
Shadowfell Burst in 10 does decant me and move forward.
Watch your step. Watch your step.
Too fast.
Well, that
Marginally.
dropped.
Stack. Attack Doomfire Spirit.
Doomfire.
Attack Death
Need to get the
Cooler.
buff.
Watch your step. Taunt Boss.
Next Shadowfell Burst is in 27. You want to be picking it up near the end of this. Get up now if you haven't. There's none left.
Watch
I have
your
to move
step.
for the back line.
Life cocoon. Last stand. Survival instincts.
3 apart.
Watch your step. Attack Doomfire Spirit.
Doomfire switch, kill.
Taunt Boss. Attack
We
Death
still have
Cooler.
Shadowfell Burst, guys. Why is everyone on top of each other again?
Stack.
After moving away from people at least 8 times when I said that, I
Watch
only
your
said it because I
step.
was starting to get annoyed. Shadowfell Burst is still going to happen. Like, if I say that it's in 10 seconds time
Watch your
and
step.
some other ability has happened beforehand, it's still going to be after that ability. It's only going to change because we've transitioned to hit points thing or whatever, but it's still going to be 5-10 seconds after that point or whatever. Basically, we do not stack again. We're picking up buffs at least 10 seconds before a Shadowfell Burst is due to happen. After that point, we don't stack on top of anyone else until the Shadowfell Burst has happened. That doesn't mean it's in 10 seconds after we've picked up the buff or whatever. Even if it's 30, it doesn't matter. It just has to be that we pick it up 10 seconds before Shadowfell Burst, we dissipate, we move away from each other, and then we stay away until the Shadowfell Burst has happened. There's a repair mount in the middle if anyone needs. So again, with Light of Denario, basically as soon as the mountain spawns, so after Shadowfell Burst, the first one, we're all picking it up then. Then when Shadowfell Burst has 10 seconds left on its cooldown, because that's all it is at the end of the day, we're picking it up then. We dissipate, we move away from each other, and we don't come back until that Shadowfell Burst has happened.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack Doomfire Spirit. Taunt Boss. Attack Death Cooler.
I think you'd be best off moving them before the Death Caller has spawned and then leaving them there. The Death Caller has stayed away.
Watch your step.
Allure, so we have Shadowfell Burst in 4, move away from each other. Start pushing.
Don't take right.
Last stand.
Watch your step.
Into the mountain, kill the Doomfire that spawns now.
Attack Doomfire Spirit. Taunt boss. Attack death caller.
I'm gonna try and
Illyrian
attack.
4, start picking it up.
Watch your step.
Someone dropped one here, I'll pick it up.
Watch your step.
Should be spreading now.
Stack.
That's great, so I'm just gonna move out.
Attack Doomfire Spirit.
Kill Doomfire.
Vampiric Embrace.
Watch your step.
Shield Wall.
Taunt boss. Attack death caller.
Yeah.
Pain Suppression.
This movement was very strange.
Time.
Watch your step.
Like, no matter where I moved it to star or across, it would spawn in awkward
Watch your step.
places. Like, it spawned still in the middle there.
Attack Doomfire Spirit.
I know the first one spawned in under you, but I suppose half of the problem is that we're not moving it instantly. Like, you should be moving it to one of the two sides straight away or whatever in time that we don't end up with...
I did.
Well, the other guy spawned and he was tanked 10 yards away from the boss. I'm not saying that that was... to be honest, that was probably where we ended up transitioning to 85% at the right time, but... yeah.
That call wasn't moved. I moved the boss
Away
towards
from the
the
deck
star.
caller. Yeah, away from the deck
Yeah.
caller.
Because
As in,
the
he'd
death
already-
crit was gonna happen.
That's why I'm saying to move it before, like, move straight away over to preferably the X side, because our first Doomfire is going to the skull anyway, and the second one is going to blue, so it'd be correct to be in parallel with the two of them.
Just a question, in the Bird's Guide, whatever it's called, they tank him in the middle of the room, don't they?
Which one? The Doom caller? Dead caller, whatever his name is.
Dead caller, whatever.
No, Archman himself, they tank him in the middle of the room?
For which video?
Video.
The bird, prop bird.
She doesn't, she tanks it up at the spawn point there, at least initially anyway.
Or we can spawn two, drag it up, but at the same time it's still... I still see range not moving up, you know, then it spawns on them.
In the beat, the boss. You want to be spread out enough yards for Shadowfell Burst.
Oh, better try
When
as the ones
Doomfire
where we
spawns,
won't try and mess
everyone
about.
immediately swaps
Try
to
and
killing it.
control
So
the
keep tight the
conditions.
Doomfire towards the Silver Moon mark at all times.
I wish I could, but it's the melee.
So, Light of the Naru, buff. We're getting it sporadically, especially as melee. It's like 3 of the pillars were or 3 of the circles were taken for no real reason. One of the people that took 2, that was the person that moved on to 2 orbs, I'm looking here on the replay, already had the buff before they went on to the second one. Honestly, at this point in time, everyone should know whether you're shadow immune or not. If you have the buff, you shouldn't be looking to get another circle. Why would people still be doing that at this point?
You know what this is happening? Is because we're cramming into the corner, we're not moving the boss around. Almost every video I've seen of this boss, they move the boss around the area. They don't just park him by the door like we're doing.
I'm
You know,
not
we get
suggesting
towards
that
the
we stay
second
there or
phase
nothing like
where
that.
we're crammed in between 3 pillars, and Doomfire. If there's fire on the ground, then the melee tanks have nowhere to go. That's a tiny little area. If you're playing, people picked up the orbs there. Yeah, of course
Now,
they
hang
did,
on now,
because
Steve,
there was
before you
a
get
pillar
angry at
on
that,
the star here.
The reason
let
I'm
me
saying
finish.
this is the first.
There's a pillar on the star there, and we had to go around the back where all the untouched orbs were. Obviously, the rangers didn't come in to pick them up. So yeah, people touched the orbs when they had to squeeze around the
This
back.
was the only pillar that was up at that time. There is absolutely no reason why someone would go and do what they did. what happened was about 5 of the orbs had disappeared within 7 seconds. It's like ludicrous, do you know?
Yeah, but I think what O'Keen is saying has merits, and we should maybe try and think about how we give more room to melee, to have more space between
the
the
melee
pillars
are
and the
some of
Doomfire.
the
The
reason
melee
why,
as well. You're
like,
saying, melee picking up the orbs sporadically. Yeah, when a pillar spawns on the other side of the room, we're not going to all spontaneously arrange ourselves, go over there, park, wait for the entire melee pack come over, pick up an orb, go back. No, that's stupid. You have to move the boss around next to the pillars.
yes, so listen, right, and before you're getting angry over nothing, the boss is going to be at the X side initially, right? The melee are going to be the people that spawn the pillar. So if you decide to be on the opposite foot, like if you're closer to the middle, you're going to spawn the pillar closer to the middle. So try to be over on this side of the X. The boss will be directly on the X, hopefully. He'll be pointing towards the ranged group, which are currently where Taichu is, or whatever. There's no reason why you'll be getting parries or anything like that. You'll be over here, mountains should spawn here.
Parries, dude. It's, the first pillar, second pillar, yeah, maybe. But they are spawning on top of us, and sometimes the orbs spawn
they'll
there
always
because
spawn on
there's
top of
nowhere
you.
for us to be.
They should always spawn on top of you.
The orbs are spawning on top of us. Yes, because we're too close, because we're crammed in between two pillars.
Well, I'm trying to fix that, and honestly, your arguments at the moment are aimed at the way that they've been done. It's nothing to do with the tactic. The tactic is supposed to be that people tank the boss closer to one of the two sides initially. Obviously it wasn't happening. I'm asking for it to happen now. The red X is the position to start off with, and melee will obviously be at the back of the boss, so the pillar should spawn probably to the right of the red X, looking at it now. The second, after everyone has got the second buff from that, so before Shadowfell Burst is happening, you'll also be picking up a buff 10 seconds before Shadowfell Burst. The boss will move over to the star side in time for the pillar to be spawned there. Then you'll have the same story again. That'll be the second pillar. The boss can freely move up to here after that second pillar has spawned. It doesn't matter, we'll be moving back further anyway, or it'll be more ideal that we move back further anyway. So you can have your third pillar, I'll put down a nipple just for the sake of it, there. It doesn't matter.
Range start on the right side then.
Yeah, and the first fell person brings it towards the skull mark. The only reason why a mountain spawns an a ranged person is because it's not able to spawn within 10 yards of where the boss is, obviously, so we need to be better at moving the boss in time for a pillar to spawn. That's Desecrate on the boss mods if you're looking.
So do you want me to move the boss to X at the pool?
Yeah, just moving towards the X.
Might as well.
If you go down there, sure, when you pull him anyway, it's directly that way. You just turn him back towards the nipple anyway, so
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack Doomfire Spirit.
That's not skull, but it doesn't matter because it's a smaller area.
Taunt Boss. Attack Death Caller.
Allure in 2, that means we have Shadowfell Burst in 11, move.
Watch your step.
Destruction.
That's great happening.
Watch your step.
First mountain, move up to it to get the buff. There's a star mark stand on top of him.
Get on Taichu.
Star mark, or spirit now.
Taunt Boss. Attack Death Caller. Watch your step.
Life cocoon.
I have 2 more here, Alba.
Watch your step.
Moving back.
Burst.
Stampeding roar.
Attack Doomfire Spirit.
Third Doomfire, kill it.
Watch your step. Taunt Boss.
Any orbs? No.
Attack Death
Oh,
Cooler.
there is.
Oh,
As soon as it destroys.
Gain suppression.
Allure. Mountain soon, move him away. Maybe up towards
Watch
the
your
middle.
step.
Alright, Allure wasn't picked up.
Kill this.
Watch your step.
Still, I think that looks a lot cleaner for up to the point that we failed on Allure. It's a lot
Attack
better than
Doomfire
the
Spirit.
way we were doing it.
Still a little unsure about the positioning on this star. Maybe it has to be further in.
The mountain spawned. Well, I suppose.
It spawned on the right side of melee, so I had to move around the entire thing.
There's nothing perfect. We have to get adjusted, but this is
Yeah,
feels
it was
at
just
least
the
better
first.
than what.
It was just the first attempt at that, so I think that was decent. Again, like when we do move the boss over to the star side, the melee are aiming to be on the left side of the star, as we're looking now. Just means that the mountain should hopefully spawn by the edge of the portal or whatever. But it shouldn't matter that much actually. Like, as long as the melee aren't at the front of the boss, you're not going to be moving around the pillar, surely. How did you have to move around the pillar?
I just said, but never mind.
Yeah, and could you extend me the same courtesy as you did yesterday and just shout and vent when you start soaking? Just say soak or soaking or whatever, because regardless of where I am, I'll be able to reach you before you go splat.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's probably useful as well then for everyone else to just know that they should start soaking as well if one of you call it out. And Jagger, obviously, in this case then.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Sorry.
Attack.
Do you want to wipe it?
Doomfire
Because we've
Spirit.
only 4 minutes left. I'd rather get in a decent try at that than, yeah, jump in the
Well,
place.
we're gonna have to wait 2 minutes anyway because of the regular.
Attack Death Cooler.
I'll pay your bills.
Sorry to kill bank pays it anyway.
I knew as soon as I'd done it, I was like, oh, for fuck's
Watch
sake.
your step. Stack. Attack Doomfire Spirit.
How'd you die back there, Shinna? Thought you'd be able to avoid the boss. Yeah, this will be the last pull of the night, so we might as well just kill him this time anyway. Aren't they doing away with gnomes in Legion, I thought?
He'll be the superior race.
Just to clarify, you want him to be positioned facing the skull or the nipple?
Always face him towards the nipple, I guess, whichever side you're on. That just means that melee are on the further away point in the centre, if you get me. So they're always going to be to the left of the star if they're over on the star side, or to the right of the X. It just makes it a bit easier. The nipple being the centre of the room. When we move up to nipple, it'll be kind of same thing.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack Doomfire Spirit. Taunt Boss. Attack Death Caller.
Allure. Shadowfell Burst in 14, 12.
Watch your step.
Start splitting. Did we not get mountain? Or we did get mountain.
Stack.
Or have we moved?
Please don't run on top of.
Watch your step.
Yeah, that's on the right, so wrong foot.
Attack Doomfire Spirit.
I'm not sure why we moved without a mountain spawning.
Taunt Boss.
Oh, the mountain got delayed.
Attack Death Caller.
But we'd still wait till the mountain spawns, surely. We didn't get a buff anyway. Shadowfell Burst in 17 if you've not already got it. I'll wait around at the start, at the back.
Watch your step.
No, we'll have to take it now. Be apart, Shadowfell Burst in 5. Desecrate, make sure that you're going to spawn your mountain in a place that we
Watch your step.
have room. We won't spawn there. It's mine, so.
Attack Doomfire Spirit.
Doomfire, kill it.
Taunt Boss.
I need to grab a buff.
Attack Death Caller.
Pain suppression.
I've got 15 stacks, someone needs to pick these two.
Where are they? Just tell them back.
Just tell them at the back.
Can I get
Phase 2.
Be apart,
Case
already too
on you.
late.
Run.
3, 2, 1.
Have to move fire.
Vampires.
3, 2, 1.
Break Torment second.
Move to the outside of your circle.
Soaking.
3,
Taunt Boss.
2,
Soak
3,
fire.
1. Pop.
Attack Death Caller. Watch your step.
Fire, we're not soaked.
I guess right then we just need to have the people that are soaking close enough to the mark so that after the chains they can pick them up straight away. Especially if they're one of the people that get changed.
Last stand.
3, 2, 1.
It's just a change of mindset to get people to kind of see that area as their own.
Should probably move the boss back to the top because otherwise we're going to have chains overlapping
Taunt Boss.
the fire, which makes it
Attack Death
possible.
Caller.
Yeah.
Watch your step.
I'm sure there is a better way of transitioning, or at least a better time to transition into the second phase. I think maybe we can deal with the chains a bit quicker as well. People should only need 5 seconds, I suppose, to move out from the chains, so I might do it a bit quicker than I did there, for instance.
Also having two assembly points is a good idea, like at the portal in the middle of the room. So people, then you can always have the people with the chains running around further out, rather than the whole raid running away from them.
I think as well people have to get into their mind when we transition into phase 2, so the 70% that straight away you spread apart, and obviously those that are on a mark for the allures go to the area, roughly the area that they're going to be doing it, because the next ability after the road case is the 3 chains. Cheers for the raid. It's nice to see us actually not have too much problems with the road case itself. I thought that might take a bit longer for people to get used to.
I mean, I don't know what other people think, but I kind of preferred it when we weren't moving the boss around, because that was a hell of a lot of movement.
Can't really do much with the pillar placement though, so it kind of has to be something like that.
Jade Forest has left the server.